Hi, many of our friends and family have been curious to see inside Vandolph, our trusty camper van that we converted from a cargo van into our camper van so that we could travel safely across Canada to see our kids. Come on inside and I'll show you what's what. So we've tried to make use of every available space for storage because that's key to living in a small space. So even the doors have a lot of storage on them. We have a place to dry towels, our masks that we wear whenever we need to, garbage and recycling. And on this door we have some artwork, and we have a shoe pocket organizer that I trimmed off and we attach to the door, so we've got everything we need for when we go out. We've got hats, rain jackets, bug spray, bear spray, extra bags, rain gear and umbrellas, and suntan lotion. And behind here, I don't know if you can see the paneling, but behind that is insulation, because we started by insulating the entire van and then covering it up with this paneling. Now we'll go right inside. So these are our mosquito curtains. I've got one half down. They caused no end of grief when I was sewing them because I put magnets down here to make an easy access part in the middle, but they're attached by magnets at the bottom and up this side, and Velcro down there and across the top, and they just roll up like a curtain and they stick to each other. And the big problem is there's still a gap right in here for bugs to come in, and because of the thickness of the magnets, so I have to do something to solve that problem. But other than that, the fabric is very nice and it seems to keep the bugs out, so that's good. And behind me we have our privacy curtains. They're blackout curtains, but I trimmed them from the bottom and made other panels that go on the very back windows. But we can open and close these, open for driving obviously, and I sewed another pocket organizer for the back of the seat, which has toilet paper, our Clorox wipes, Purell, a great big giant thing, we're traveling safely, more masks, and bungee cords, which we use for quite a variety of things. Okay, this is our little porta potty, which is only used at night. It doesn't usually sit here, but I left it out to show you because normally during the day it slides right under there, out of sight. And over here we have our fridge, which needed to stick out for the vents, but we just slide it out and open it up. It's like a cooler, but it's plugged into power all the time to keep our food cold. And right here is where our solar panel lives when it's not out gathering power for us. We'll show you that later. On to the cupboards. This cupboard door actually does double duty. It covers up what's inside, but it also converts to a table that we hook onto the back for the kitchen. So it just comes off like this and then moves to the back. And inside we have, top to bottom, a small space that holds hiking poles. We have extra blankets here. Down below we have sort of games and entertainment, and an extra fan that we use at night if it's really hot that we can plug in. And on this shelf is the Jackery, which is our battery, our power source that everything plugs into, and I'll let Bill explain that because he loves all that kind of stuff.
Hi, so we decided for electrical to have a completely separate unit for all of the things in the van than from the car battery, so that we don't run the risk of running that down and the car not starting. So we bought this thing called a Jackery solar generator. It doesn't actually generate anything. It's a big battery that stores input from solar panel. Right now, if I turn on the light there, you can see we're getting 59 watts from the solar panel, and we're outputting 5 watts to various things that are plugged in, like the fridge, the little fan that Catherine demonstrated before. We can plug in our phones or whatever else to charge from the USB, and we have an AC outlet for charging things like a laptop or a electric razor that I use. And so it's been a great addition to the van, and we're quite happy with it. The other things that we power from it are the overhead lights, which are all sprinkled all around. Catherine's reading light, and I have one in the very back corner. And then we have this fantastic fan, that's actually the brand name, and we can blow air out or bring cool air in depending on what we need, but we let that run all night from the Jackery, and it does just fine, as well as the fridge gets plugged into the Jackery. It's a 12 volt DC compressor fridge, and it runs overnight off of this battery, and then during the day when we're driving we just flip it over, plug it into the cigarette lighter on the van, and that runs the fan, or sorry, runs the fridge. And we can also charge the Jackery from the alternator off the car too, and that keeps us powered and good to go.
So this is what we call the main cabinet, and it holds quite a variety of stuff that we need. Up here it's just a bucket of odds and sods, an extra backpack, toilet paper. This bin has extra medications and shampoo and our first aid kit, towels, our library, because you can't travel anywhere without a library, an extra tarp, our computer. This is what I call my office box. It has a lot of papers and maps and a photo album of all our friends and family, things like that. And these are our individual cosmetic boxes, so that when we get to a place that has a washroom, we just grab this and go. Okay, here we are in the bed area. This is our 6-inch memory foam mattress, which actually folds in 3 so that we can get at all the storage underneath, which we have 2 big bins and 2 milk crates full of. We have our winter jackets, we have the hose for the shower, we have our hiking boots, things like that stored underneath that we don't need all the time. But for everyday use, we leave this set up. We have, these are actually our sleeping bags stored in one set of pillowcases, and then our bed pillows stored in another set. So we've got a nice little cozy nook for reading and then for sleeping as well. So over here we have some great lights. I love it. Here's the overhead lights. They're scattered around the van. And best of all, we have these cute little reading lights. One for me and one for Bill over there that point directly at our books. And I wanted a bedside table. Bill said he didn't need one, so I sewed myself one that hangs on the wall with Velcro, and there are pockets to hold my book. That holds a cell phone. This has various little odds and sods. This one is sized to hold my glasses, and here I have a flashlight, and it holds my water bottle too. So it's just a very comfortable, cozy little place to sleep. So here at the foot of the bed we have our clothes cabinet, which is just up near the ceiling. You pull it down, and this is my side and Bill's side. It may not look like a whole lot of space for clothes, but we've brought way more clothes than we took when we were backpacking, so we're loving the space there. It's all organized into packing cubes, so it makes it easy to figure out what clothes you're getting. And on the end we put a little key rack and a little bulletin board just to help us stay organized.
We have 2 solar systems as part of Vandolph. First is this solar panel. It's a 100-watt solar panel that we use to charge the Jackery that you've seen inside, and it runs all the lights, fans, fridge, etc. And it works great except for when it's cloudy. Not surprising. The other solar system is above me. It's this big black tube, and it's a solar shower. So how that works is, in this port here, we open that up and add water from wherever. Catherine likes the clean stuff though. And you close that, and then on the far end there's a little air pressure valve that we run with a compressor to pressurize the system. And once that's full of pressure, we'll have a nice shower at the other end. Come and have a look. We have our portable shower head, and we just open up. I'm not going to spray you. We open up the valve here. It's a garden hose, and you get a nice warm shower at the end of a hot day. That's our solar systems.
So this is our kitchen. We decided to build it across the back of the van, so you open up both doors, and I like to think of it as a Swiss Army knife kitchen because everything kind of comes out what you need. This table here is the cabinet door for inside, and it clips. There's a very fancy clip here that it's very easy to clip on and take off. We just remove the leg, which is a mop handle, and lift that off, and then take it inside. So that's easy. And then these flip down tables, this one is for our sink so we can wash our dishes. That stores in there. And then the table just flips up and is attached by a bungee. So that's easy to secure. And here we have a drawer unit. We just built the box around it. Our water comes out, and there's a spigot there. That's our source of water. And the rest just holds food, our pots and pans, all the Ziploc bags and whatnot. And then over here we have our another flip down shelf on this door that holds our camp stove. And we have an 11-pound propane tank that just fits nicely in this corner. The propane tank and the stove each have their own little seat belts so they don't go rattling around when we're traveling. And then up top we have more mosquito nets that come around the box just so that we can keep the bugs out while we're cooking. So this is our spice rack, which is just a magnetic strip and little David's tea canisters that stick on there. And here are our privacy curtains for the back windows, which are just held on with rare earth magnets. And when we're driving, we just slide it down. And when we get to where we're going, we put them up for the night. So those are the highlights of our Vandolph. We hope you enjoyed our little tour. If you have any questions at all, leave them in the comments below on the blog, and we'll be happy to answer them.